So today I'm going to recite the pre-trip in-cab portion for automatic transmission, and this can apply to Pennsylvania or New Jersey. This is how I was able to pass my pre-trip for my CDL exam. So you can listen to it and practice it whenever you want to. I'm entering my vehicle with 3 points of contact, and I'll be exiting the vehicle with 3 points of contact. Once you sit down, you can decide to adjust your seats if you want to. But to move forward, my seatbelt is properly mounted and secure. It's not ripped, it's not torn, it's not frayed. It latches. You want to unlatch it and you want to relatch it again. I have my fire extinguisher UL 10BC. The pin is in place, the arrow's on green, so it's fully charged and it's secured to the floor. I have my 3 red reflective triangles, not cracked, bent, or broken, and they're secure in my box. I have 1 of each spare fuse that the vehicle would need. My city horn works, my highway horn works, and I'll now go ahead and do a safe start. For the safe start, you want to turn your key to the right to electrical mode. That's when the dashboard lights up, and you're checking your ABS light. My ABS light came on and went off in 90 seconds. I will now start the vehicle. From there, you can choose to do your gauges, but I normally leave my gauges for last. So I normally say, I'll wait for my gauges to build up and I'll continue with the rest of my in-cab. My fender hood mirrors, driver passenger mirrors, and both convex mirrors are clean, clear, there's no damage, and they're all adjusted to my view. My windshield is properly mounted and secure. There's no chips bigger than a dime, no scratches longer than an inch, and there's no illegal stickers or anything obstructing my view. My windshield wiper blades, they're laying flat on my windshield. They're not ripped, they're not damaged, there's no dry rot, and the arms are not cracked, bent, or broken. I will now test my windshield wipers. My windshield wiper is operating correctly. I will now check my wiper fluid. I have wiper fluid, so it's operating correctly. I'll now test my right turn signal. It's operating correctly. My left turn signal, it's operating correctly. I'll now test my 4-way flashers. It's operating correctly. I'll now test my headlights. So you want to turn your headlights on all the way to the right. My headlights working correctly, and you want to pull the lever forward so you can see the high beam indicator. So my high beam lights working correctly. I see the icon on the dashboard. You then want to go, I'm going to check my heater and defroster. Turn your heater and defroster on. My heater and defroster is working correctly. I feel it coming through all vents. You want to use your hand to feel at the top and the bottom. So my heater and defroster is working correctly. Now you can move on to your gauges. So for my gauges, my water temperature gauge is rising to normal operating level. My oil gauge is rising to manufactured specified level. My depth tank is operating correctly. I can't have less than 1/8 of a tank, and you can check to see if you're full or whatever level you're at, but I cannot have less than 1/8 of a tank for my depth tank. My voltmeter, if you want to see your volt, you press the plus sign to get to your correct volt. My voltmeter is operating correctly. It's between 12 and 15 volts. If you want to see what the volt is, you can. My primary and secondary air gauges are operating correctly. I did hear the sneeze. It's between 120 and 140 psi. I'll now go ahead and do my tug test. So the vehicle will be in neutral. You want to go ahead and shift into drive. And to shift into drive, you want to put your foot on the foot pedal, switch over to drive. You'll see on the dashboard, it's going to switch from neutral. You're going to see the number come on the dashboard and let you know you're in drive. I'm going to now push in my trailer, which is the red button. So I'm going to push in my trailer button so I can tug on my tractor, which is the yellow button. You want to go ahead and put your foot on the gas until you feel the vehicle start to shake, until you feel the tug. My tug was successful. I'm going to now pull out my trailer button or trailer valve, and I'm going to push in my tractor, which is the yellow valve, so I can tug on my trailer. You're going to go ahead and apply your foot to the foot brake until you feel the vehicle shake for the tug. Okay, so my tug test was successful. I'm going to now do my service brake check, and I'm going to make sure I push in both of my parking valves. When I move the vehicle to at least 5 miles per hour and apply my foot to the foot brake to come to a complete stop, the vehicle and steering should not move from left to right. So you want to go ahead, drive to 5 miles per hour, apply your foot to the foot brake. My service brake check was successful. The vehicle and steering did not move from left to right. You want to then pull out both of your parking brakes and switch over to neutral. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and do a sneeze test. I'm going to build up my air pressure until I hear the sneeze. You can ask the examiner, is it okay for me to assist the vehicle? Meaning, can I put my foot on the gas to build up my air pressure quickly? Once you hear the sneeze test, or the sneeze, basically that means your air pressure is full, or your air pressure is built up between 120 and 140 psi. You may want to roll your windows down to make sure you don't miss your sneeze. Okay, so my air pressure is built up. What I'm going to go ahead and chop my wheels to move into the next phase of my in-cab. You want to turn the vehicle off, take the key with you. I'm going to exit the vehicle with 3 points of contact. You want to open your storage door, take out your chocks, and you want to go ahead and chock your drive tires. Once you're done chocking your drive tires, you enter back into the vehicle with 3 points of contact. You put your seatbelt on and you turn the vehicle to the electric mode. So one turn to the right, all you want to see that the dashboard lights up, you're not turning the vehicle on, and you stay in neutral until you're at the end of your in-cab. So now that I'm in neutral, I'm going to go ahead and do my apply test to check for air leaks. You want to go ahead and release or push in both of your parking brakes, and what you're going to listen for is a little psh sound. You're going to let the examiner know you're waiting for your air pressure to stabilize, and that should happen around 108 to 180 psi. You'll know when your air pressure stabilizes because you're going to hear it go from shh to dead silence. Once you're at 100 psi or a little bit under, you're going to go ahead and take out your phone, put it to 1 minute on your timer. You're going to apply your foot to the foot brake steadily, not pressing it, steadily to the foot brake. You're going to let them know when you apply your foot to the foot brake, you should not lose more than 4 psi within that minute. So you want to pay attention for your timer to go off, and you want to pay attention to your gauges to see how much air you're losing within that minute. If you want to be sure that you're not losing more than 4 psi, on the voltmeter, if you press the plus sign, it actually shows you your psi. I did that on my exam, and they let me do it. It was fine. Okay, so I did not lose more than 4 psi per minute, so my applied test for my air leak is good. I'm going to now move into my low warning light and buzzer test. I'm going to keep pumping down on the foot brake until around 75 and 60 psi. My low warning light and buzzer should come on. Once your light and buzzer comes on, you're going to move into the next phase. I'm going to now do my spring brake check. I'm going to keep pumping down on my foot brake until between 40 and 20 psi, both of my parking valves So both of my valves should pop out. You're going to keep your eyes on that valve until both of them pop out. You want to pay attention because you cannot touch any of your valves. If you have to put your hands behind your back or fold your hands, do it. Because if you touch those valves, it's an automatic fail. Pay attention because depending on the truck, you might not hear it pop out. It's going to be a slow release. Okay, so once both of your parking valves pop out, that means my spring brake check was successful. My brakes are adjusted or activated. So basically, that's pretty much the end of the in-cab. But what you want to do, you want to go ahead, turn the vehicle on, and build up your air pressure. So you're going to go ahead and do another sneeze test. Once you hear the sneeze, you're at the end of your in-cab and you let them know, I'm done with my in-cab. Now, if you're in Pennsylvania testing in Philadelphia, once you're done with your in-cab, you want to make sure to ask your examiner, can you help me check my lights? Your examiner will exit the vehicle and go in front of your tractor, and they're going to let you know what they're checking for. So you're going to check for your left and right turn signal. You're going to check for your four-way flasher. And you're going to check for your headlights, so your lights and your high beam. Then the examiner will let you know if that's all good. He's going to walk to the back of the trailer and he's going to tell you to keep your four-way flasher on. So you keep your four-way flasher on. Once he gets to the back, he'll confirm the four-way flasher is working. Your left and right turn signal is working. And then you're also going to apply your foot to the foot brake so the examiner can confirm your brakes is working. And for Philadelphia, that's the end of the in-cab. You can take your keys out, take it with you, and then move on to the other portion of your pre-trip. I hope that helps. It worked for me. And if you listen to this over and over, you will definitely get through your pre-trip. And this is for the automatic transmission. Bye.